All right, we're live.
Well, I drafted when I was 19 years old on my birthday, 19th birthday. And I went in October of 43 because they gave me a 21-day delay in route, they called it, to get everything straightened up. And because I was farming. Then I went to Jeff City, Missouri. That's outskirts of St. Louis. Then I went from there to Missouri, Jeff City, and that's a little ways from that prison they got down there, and I can't think of the name of it, it's been so long. Then I left there and went to Camp Roberts, California. Rode a train, took us, I think it was 5 days to get there. And I was there for 17 weeks, basic training. Then they gave me 15 days delay en route. So I rode a bus from California to Missouri to, with parents. Stayed there for a week, rode the bus back. Then I got on a train and went back and landed at Fort Ord, California. And then got on the train and went up to Seattle, Washington. And then left there, went to Hawaii, and that was in July. Then I stayed there for about 2 months. Then they put us on a ship. Every time I get on one of them, I get seasick. Then we went to the Hebrides Islands, whether I'm saying it right or not, but anyway, that was below the equator. And we stayed there till February. Then we got on another ship. They never told you where you were going. And we was on that ship for over 30 days. And ended up, we made the invasion of Okinawa on Easter Sunday in 1944. And
You remember the name of your ship?
huh?
You remember the name of your ship?
No, the only ship that I remember the name of is when I left Seattle, Washington, and went to Hawaii. The name of that ship was John W. Weeks. All the rest of them, I can't remember the name of them. So we got on the ship there from the Hebrides and as we was pulling in to land there at Okinawa, there was about 6 or 8 of them suicide planes came in, and they shot them down just before they hit some of our ships there. One of them went right between our ship and the one that General Douglas MacArthur was on. And so we was on Okinawa there for, I think it took us about 33 days to secure that island. And I was in Company D, and we had 158 men in our outfit when we landed. And when it was over with, I think we had, I believe it was about 58 left in our outfit. Then after the war was over, or they surrendered, but then they put us on a plane and we flew over to Tokyo, but they had a air crash there, so we had to turn around and come back to Okinawa and stayed all night, slept there under the airplane. got up the next morning and went back to Tokyo, then landed, and they split our outfit up. I was in the 27th Division, then they split us up, and I joined the 11th Airborne, and they went to a little town north called Sendai. And they come up with a deal. We got $50-some a month. That's all we made. And I had the allotment made out to my mom. End up I'd make about $25 a month. We had to pay $6 or something for our life insurance. So anyway, they come up with a deal that you could go to paratroopers training. So well, first after Okinawa was secured, I went in as a cook. And well, I went in as a baker first. Then I went and made cook. Then I made first cook. Then I made the staff sergeant cook over the other cooks. And so they come up with that when they split us up, and they said you get $10 more a month if you went to paratrooper school, and you had to make 5 jumps out of the airplane. And they wanted me to join it when it first started, when I first went in, and go down to Fort Benning, Georgia. And I said, no, I don't want it. And you had to take about 13 weeks training. And I took this training for the paratroopers in 2 weeks. So I went there and I made the 5 jumps. And that gave me $10 more, $50 more a month in a paycheck. And so then they come up with the points to come home. And so my first cook at that time, he had more points than I did. And so he left to come home while I was at the paratroopers. So when I got back, well, they come around and says, we'll give you another stripe if you sign up for another year, you know. And I said, no. I said, you give me 30 days leave. I said, I'll sign up, you know. Oh, can't do that. And I said, then you forget it. I'm going home. And they come up with wisecrack, you know, that you go home, you don't know when. I said, well, I'll see. So about 3 days after I told him that, well, I checked that bulletin board and my name was on there, pack your bag, you're heading home. So they rode one of them Japanese train, I think it's about 100 miles from that little town back to Tokyo. Rode it all night, that 100 miles. Then I got on the ship, I don't even know the name of it, out of the harbor. It took us 15 days on the water to come from Tokyo to, we were supposed to land it back in Seattle, Washington, but they had an earthquake and that half of that dock fell in the ocean. So they landed us in St. Pedro, California. And we got on a train there and I rode it to St. Louis, 5 days on that. And I got my discharge. But I got pictures, I don't know exactly. But anyway, we kind of adopted a little guy that his mother and dad got killed there on Okinawa. And so we had a seamster guy we all chipped in some of our uniforms and they made one for him. And so we kept him with us. And that's how, my first cook is let's see, where's that picture? I get that picture here.